Hello there, welcome to Veiled Space and my gameplay of the horror RPG Mothership using Mythic Game Master Emulator because I'm playing on my own. So as a quick recap, Arden and a group of salvagers were sent by the corporation Shen Nung Chemicals to this remote facility. It seems like Shen Nung Chemicals is trying to hide something, especially because the planet right now is being invaded by some rivals. As far as Arden knows, there's just some kind of mining prototype that was being researched in this place. Yeah, that is not exactly what it seems like. What secrets is Shen Nung Chemicals hiding in this place? I ask you for your suggestions and I'm going to use them during this session. But first things first, the way the Mythic works is that since I'm not exactly the game master, I need to add notes to my list. And during the exploration of the command center, they found some kind of data file with a person called Jadzira. She apparently was the former manager of this facility. I'm going to add her here. We don't know what happened with her. Supposedly she abandoned the facility when it was closed, but you never know. On the threads we have two things. First was impending industrial disaster. And of course there's the creature. I mean, what's going on here? I'm going to use in the words of the wise salvager Javers, that doesn't sound like food. Lastly, because it's Mothership, everyone should get an extra stress. Arden has 5, Victor, the Marine, he has 4, and Javers, the Salvager, he also has 4. And considering Mythic, there is the Chaos Factor, which is basically controls the chance of dice rolls. The characters were completely out of control in the first session, so it makes sense to go up. So it's not going to be 5, it's going to be 6 now. Right, so how does it work with Mythic? The first thing we have to do is imagine what should be the obvious thing that happens on the scene. So what happened in the last session is that they found out that they couldn't access the computer, right? But they also found out that there was someone, this Jazarina, that used to be the manager, and she probably has access codes. If they can go to the quarters and find her stuff, they're probably going to find some kind of access code, a terminal or something like that. Of course, there is a creature on the loose. What they know so far is that this creature seemed like almost dead. It was missing an arm and was inside this vat for a long time. I mean, the scripture that I rolled out of that was Restless Dead, right? It's not like in a lot of the horror science fiction movies in which alien creatures are not common. In Veiled Space, they do exist. So maybe they're not so terribly scared about that creature, especially because it looked like it was dying.
We must retreat, sir. We cannot be sure if this creature is dangerous or not.
That thing was half dead.
Still, it may pose a threat to you, sir. We must search this facility truly.
There's an impending industrial disaster, Sergeant. We have no time for that.
Sir, it's my job to...
We wouldn't be having this conversation if you did your job. Now, lead the way.
So I'm going to hope that what they're going to find now out beyond this access point is some kind of living quarter.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we need to ask the oracles to see if it's right. So how we do it, we roll 1d10. If it's equal or under the chaos factor, it's not going to be exactly as expected. So let's see. 4.
So it's an interrupted scene. In Mythic, what that means is that something happened that stops the scene that we are expecting to happen. Let's see what kind of random event was that. Current context. I guess that the current context, they're looking for the card, right, to access the computer and figure out what's going on in this place and the impending industrial disaster. So I guess it makes sense that just outside these containment areas where they come across the living quarters. And of course, I'm going to use again Arden's 4 and Starforge the relics. What's the state of this quarters? 5. It's abandoned pet. I don't think I have any miniatures for pets. It's not aliens. But I kind of have something. Does that work as a pet?
Is that a duck?
It looks more like a goose to me. I have some over against regulations.
Corvin's tabletop has suggested their Survivor Incorporate crew. Maybe the Jazarina Santos is still alive? Let's ask the oracles. If that's her pet goose, would she just leave it like that. Of course, we still don't know how exactly this place was abandoned, right? Supposedly there was an accident, they closed it off. I would say it's very unlikely. Would the corporation just close this place with people inside? I mean, they are kind of evil, right? But a chaos factor of 6. Yeah. Yes, she is. So maybe it's like Corvin Tabletop was suggesting, is that she is desperately trying to fix the situation. Is she trying to fix the situation? I would say that's very likely. Yeah, she's trying to fix the situation. Makes sense. Well, which situation exactly, I'm not sure, right? Because there's a impending industrial disaster, and there's also the creatures in the vat.
That duck seems pretty well fed.
Goose.
My point is that the owner must be alive.
Step back, sir. Those creatures are very dangerous.
The Starforge has one of the tables, and the living quarters is a Perios one. Let's try on it. 14. Distressing written message. Huh. What kind of message is this? This is Starforge Oracles to see what it says. Gather. Love. 79. Secret. Gather secret. I think, yeah, that fits a little bit more the situation.
There's a datapad on the table. I can probably access her files from it.
Sir, just be careful. The duck seems angry. Goose! It's a goose! What's wrong with you people?
It's still not clear what the secret is. We don't know that yet. And probably I wouldn't say that the file has anything. The message probably says something generic like a name of operation. I'm going to roll it. Every operation needs a code name, right? Operation Razor. Not ominous at all. So maybe that's the moment where we find out what's going on. There were a few suggestions in the comments for the last video. Axis suggested that there was some kind of deep core mining technique. They were using focused fractal non-linear laser lens. That's a mouthful. And that it somehow managed to accidentally open planet's crust. It's possible. Some of the other suggestions, they kind of still fit the same idea. So I'll go with that one. Is the thing that they were testing in this facility some kind of deep core mining system? I would say it's very likely. I already know from the 5 parsecs from home adventures that there is a big mining operation on this planet. It's very likely that there's some kind of experimental deep core mining laser. 54. Yep. Yes, that's exactly. Operation Razor is the name that Shen Nung Chemicals gave to this special equipment. But they've been using that to try to dig as deep as possible in the crust of this planet. The thing that Shen Nung has been mining in this place is called shionite, some kind of crystalline mineral that when in certain conditions become very liquid and can be used as a coolant for spaceships and stations and all that. So there was a reason why they were in this planet trying to mine this. So maybe they decided to experiment here with some kind of laser that would go deeper underground. Maybe that would help them to access the mother lode of this crystal. And then something happened. I mean, what would justify those creatures in the vat? Is there any information about the creatures in the vat? Does the corporation know about it? Maybe that's the thing. Could actually Shen Nung not know about this? I would say it's very unlikely, because otherwise would they just close this facility like that because of an accident? I mean, maybe it feels like the reason why they sent Arden to this place is to either destroy or recover the prototype so it doesn't fall on the rival's hands. So I would say it's very unlikely. But does Shen Nung know about the creatures in the vat? 82. No. Shen Nung doesn't know about the creatures in the vat. So the message doesn't say anything about it. It just simply say that Jazarina Santoso, the manager, needs to gather everything about the experimental machine And maybe that's the thing. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, now things are kind of connecting in my head. So Arden was sent to this place to deal with this because probably the corporation lost communication with the facility. They probably told Jazerina to destroy the prototype or get all the information, get out of there, and they just lost contact. Suddenly this supposed accident happened and the facility was isolated, and then they decided to send Arden. So Arden would have been sent to the planet because there was already some situation going on. Not going too deep into it because it's the whole last few episodes of the 5 Parsecs from Home campaign, but there's been some attacks on other facilities around this area. I think it's time to test some skill rolls. Arden's our computers guy. He needs 56. 39. Okay, cool. Is there enough information to reveal the whole secret? I don't think it would be that easy. I mean, even if it's on her own quarters, I would say it's unlikely. 72. Yeah, no. Probably the files are encrypted in some way. Okay, but there's the other problem, right? There was the impending industrial disaster. Now that they have access, which is exactly what they were looking for, maybe there's more information about this. What's the impending industrial disaster? It makes sense to be connected to the mining operation. So I have an idea. I think that I'm going to follow what Axie suggested. Since we know they've been testing a focused fracture, focused fracture, non-linear focus. Anyway, a big laser to cut into the core of the planet. The facility, the temperature is hazardous. Oh yes, there were radiation readings. The prototype, it hit something. Maybe it hit the crystal, the Sheonite itself. It causes some kind of reaction. Ooh, it makes sense. Would I just say that the crystal, when it's liquefied, it's used as a coolant? So maybe the laser somehow causes some kind of
chain reaction.
How bad is it?
The Sheonite will liquefy and rupture off the crust.
The planet's already very cold as is.
Have you ever heard of the ice finger of death? When bright flash freezes under the ice and kills everything?
And how do we avoid it? By living the planet.
I think we can close the thread of it was not an accident, because we know it wasn't an accident. Actually know what happened now. I would say that the scene was actually quite under control, right? They managed to find a lot of things. So I'm going to reduce the chaos factor back to 5. Well, they know about the... I'm just going to write it here, because I'm not going to be able to say that. So it's a mining facility, right? What I'm expecting is that there is a top level, the living quarters and maybe administration center. There's a lift that goes down, where you probably have the engineering lab or something like that, where you have the actual machine. Of course, we need to test if the scene happens as expected. 8. After a little searching around, they managed to find a lift.
What?
Let's roll the derelicts again. 7. Control room. Okay, it's another kind of control room. 72. Sharp ozone smell.
Clear.
It stinks in here.
Laser. Powerful one. We must be right on top of the machine. They probably control it from up here. Here, the air vent. It's where the smell comes from. Probably goes all the way down to the machine.
Then I can turn it off from here.
Arden is going to roll computers. He needs 56. 60. No. And of course he gets 1 stress. Meanwhile, Java is going to use scavenging. He's a scavenger. He needs 42. 16. Yeah. Mythic has some oracles too, and there's one specifically for scavenging. Never used it. Let's see how it goes. Bleak. 18. Cute. Bleak and cute. Is that another pet? Sad pet? This is a cat now? I don't have cat miniatures. Maybe I should get one. Yeah, okay, just dial back. I'm just going to roll on Starforged. Confined signal. Confined signal. What kind of transmission? It was bleak, right? I mean, I'm going to ignore the cute one. Beep the Lesser suggested that what if the fluids of Shen Nung was collecting and reusing on the 5 parsecs is some kind of biomaterial that's being processed and refined in this facility. There's actually countless vats that somehow got out of control. Is that the truth? I'm going to say that it's 50-50. 82. Nope, it's not though. There's not a lot of those creatures around, which doesn't mean that the material is not biological in any way, but the message is not about this.
It's a message from the chief engineer to Shen Nung HQ.
What does it say?
It's a full report about everything going on here, but the message was never sent.
Let me guess. The manager blocked it.
And sabotaged the machine to kill the chief engineer.
Can you stop the machine from here?
Someone locked out the terminal controls.
Well then, we need to go down there.
There must be another lift.
There was, but I don't think it's operational anymore.
I think it's time for shake things a little bit. There's an impending industrial disaster. There's a strange creature on the loose, right? I think something should happen. You know what? I'm just going to roll the chaos factor again. 3. It's an altered scene. Random event. What exactly? How does it change? 33. NPC action. 4. Guess who that is? Fear check? Fun times. Arden first. 43, no fail. Victor, 53, no fail. Javras, 81, terrible. So yeah, they all failed, and of course they'll get stressed from that. Here's a very important question. Is this the same creature? Or there's more of them? I'm going to say it's unlikely. It's not the same creature. That's the thing, we didn't really define what this creature can do. Counter behavior. 42. Hunter. Of course it's a hunter. Revealed creatures aspect. Engineered biology. Yeah. I think Azarian Santos have been playing around with something that shouldn't. Oh boy. On the comments, HeyHolt66 suggested that Shen Nung was trying to make some kind of engineering a perfect chip worker. Could that be the case? I was going to say that's not very likely because Shen Nung already defined that Shen Nung is not that kind of company, but considering this creature that was found in the vat is engineered biology. 1. Extreme yes. I think we just found why Jazarina Santos is still in the facility. We already found out that Shen Nung doesn't know about this. Maybe that's something that Jazarina Santos was doing on her own, and that's why she's trying to fix the problem. Maybe she had some kind of money that was going for this Black Ops thing. Wow, okay. Yeah. That's interesting. See if there's another revealed aspect of the creature. 20. Controls lesser creatures. Ooh. I'm just going to consider this kind of like a swarm, so each one of them will be attacked by a few of them. So first Arden, red one is the creatures, purple one is the characters. So Arden. Combat. Woohoo! 99 is a critical fail. Victor. 66. Ooh, that's also critical. Creatures roll damage 10. And since it was a critical, should roll again, right? 14 total. They're attacking, they're crawling all over him. One of them fell on his head, the other on the leg. He's kind of thrashing around those creatures attacking him. He completely panics. I mean, actually, that's the thing. Did he panic? Because when you take more than half your damage Or you take critical, you can panic. Rolling on the panic effect. Cowardice gains 1 stress. For the next 1d10 hours, you must make a fear save to engage in combat, or else flee. Yeah, it's great because, I mean, he's just the only Marine in the group. Ah yes, when a Marine panics, everyone else has to make a fear check. Arden failed. Javras very failed. All gain stress. What about Javras? He's also being attacked. So red is the creatures, purple is Javras. 19. Creatures land on Javras. 13. Yeah, he had 18. So that's also more than half. Things are getting complicated. So yeah, Javras. Is he panicking? I think we need to do speed checks. Okay, let's see if they manage to act before the creatures. So Arden first, he needs a 38. 33, very good. Victor, he needs a 40. 69, nope. And Javras, 90. The only one acting first is going to be Arden. We already know that Arden is not exactly the hero. He's not courageous at all. Now here's the thing, one other suggestion that came. Christoph Stokers? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. So what he's suggesting in Arden is being forced to do this. It's a blackmail. There's something very important. Either he does that or he don't get out of the plant, or it's money. I mean, he's employee of the corporation, right? So the question is, considering that, I mean, actually, I'm going to ask that question to the fate charts. Is Arden being forced, blackmailed on somehow to stay on the planet and deal with the situation? Because if it is, he's not going to just run away. At least not through the lift out of this place. I'm going to say that it's very likely. I mean, what we know so far is that he doesn't want to be there. He's been sent on this mission. Yeah, I'm going to say it's very likely. 84. Huh. 84. It's no. So no. No, he's not being forced to do that. Maybe he just wants to do that because he score points, but considering that,
How can I help?
it just runs. Press the button. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Bling. Door closes. And away goes Arden. Up the lift, leaving the others behind. The creatures attack again, because both of them failed the roll. So Victor first. He's lucky, so the creatures didn't manage to cause any damage. And now Javras, he managed to defend himself and the creature rolled a critical fail. Okay, so now it's their turn. We know that Victor panicked. He had cowardice, right? So that means that to stay in combat he needs to roll. He needs to success on the fear check. Let's see if he would stay in combat. 61, nope. No, he panics. Where does he run? The lift is away. He can't use the lift. I think he's just going to jump through the shaft.
I don't want to die.
Then use your gun.
I'm sorry.
Hey!
Javras is not stupid. He's jumping too.
I hate my job.
Yeah, that escalated quickly. What happens next? Can they escape the creature? Will the creature go after them? Leave your comments. And then next session we'll find out if this crew is going to survive. So of course, until then, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Mothership.